spiritual nourishment. And a friend in need is a friend indeed. Muslim faithful march in support of the less fortunate ahead of the holy month of Ramadan.
Good evening. Thank you for tuning in. You're watching Sunday Express. I'm Regina, Manyara, and my colleague on sign language is none other than Byron Abuli. Now, the body of Angata Nanyuki Ward member of County Assembly Paul Leshimpiro, who was killed by suspected bandits at Soid Post area along the Marural-Baragoi Road in Samburu North, is lying at the Samburu County Referral Hospital mortuary awaiting post-mortem examination. Leshimpiro, a leader, crusader for peace in the troubled North Rift region, was ambushed while heading home from Marural town Sunday morning and rushed to the Morijo dispensary where he succumbed to gunshot wounds while receiving treatment.
Fear and grief has once again engulfed Samburu County following the murder of the Angata Nanyukie Ward MCA Paul Leshimpiro on Sunday morning.
Na kuna report kwa serikali kwamba kuna kazi ambayo imefanyika na wale askari ambao waliletwa hapa. Tangu waletwe hapa hawajafanya kitu yoyote. Tunaendelea kupoteza watu. Tunaendelea kupoteza mashamba, tunaendelea kupoteza masomo kwa wale watoto ambao wanaenda shule kwa locations.
Samburu County Commissioner John Cheriot says the slain MCA was on his way home from Maralal town during the incident and was rushed to Morijo dispensary where he succumbed to gunshot wounds while receiving treatment.
Kia sasa sisi tunaendelea kufanya uchunguzi. Tuko na watu kwa ground wanaendelea kwa mahali hiyo scene na hiyo area kuhakikisha kwamba kuna usalama kwa ile barabara.
He has recently lamented about rampant cases of insecurity in the area, even breaking down at one point.
This morning we were trying to call the security personnel because there was an issue this morning of another killing. A second person is dying today when we are burying another one. At the same point. And he's suggesting to us that they will come when the fight is over to collect bodies. Is that all the best the national government can do?
His killing comes just days after 5 people were killed in separate bandit attacks in Baringo, Elgeyo Marakwet and Samburu County. Tilio Marco for Sunday Express.
May the perpetrators be brought to book. President William Ruto says the government has made significant strides towards the realization of the country's development agenda in the past year. These developments, he said, will address various challenges facing Kenyans. He made the remarks Sunday during the African Independent Pentecostal Church of Africa centenary celebrations in Kasarani, Nairobi County.
Kasarani grounds on Sunday morning played host to President William Ruto and a host of government officials who attended the centenary celebrations for the African Independent Pentecostal Church of Africa.
Tumekuja hapa vilevile kusherehekea umoja wa kanisa la AIPCA. Nyinyi mnaelewa, sote tunajua kwamba tumekuwa na matatizo hapo nyuma, lakini kwa mapenzi ya Mungu leo tumekuja hapa kusimama katika madhabahu haya.
The president hailing achievements for the last 1 year in education, job creation, healthcare and agriculture, while commending religious institutions for their valuable contribution to education. He asked them to mobilize the youth to explore employment opportunities created by the government.
Asara kidogo ilipatikana pale nyuma, kuna watu hawakusoma. Sasa tumetia msingi thabiti maneno ya elimu. Mwaka uliopita tuliajiri waalimu 56,000. Mwaka huu tutaajiri waalimu 20,000. Budget yetu tumeongeza karibu bilioni 127 ya kusaidia masomo ya watoto wa taifa letu la Kenya.
Katika jina la Mungu Baba, Mungu Mwana na Mungu Roho Mtakatifu.
President Ruto reiterated his commitment to the affordable housing, support to farmers, agro-processing, digital and export of labor, and universal health coverage programs.
I want to ask us as the people of Kenya, we must love this country enough to be able to make the sacrifices that will make this country great. Na sote tukiungana hivyo, Kenya itaenda mahali pazuri. I am very confident.
Sentiments echoed by those accompanying him, while also acknowledging the newfound unity and peace in the AIPCA under its new head, presiding Archbishop Samson Muthuri.
This church itasaidika, ipate heshima yake, irudishe dignity yake wakati ya serikali ya William Samoei Ruto. Presiding Bishop, ukiona iko maneno kidogo, munaongea. Mukikwama, munanitafuta. Tukikwama zaidi, tunatafuta rais. You know, see, we work on our marriages every day.
Kanisa inafanya kazi nyingi sana, na sana sana haitajwi kwa hizo kazi. Watu wakizozana nyumbani, hizo mzozano zinapelekwa kanisa. Shida zikiingia kwa mtu akiwa na mental health issues, kwanza hizo shida zinafikia Archbishop ama pastors.
Sababu kutoka hapa, hii kanisa mwelekeo ambao mmeweka ni mwelekeo ambao ni wa amani na mwelekeo wa kufanya kazi pamoja.
Kamche Menza for Sunday Express.
Now, one person is feared dead in an escalated inter-clan disagreement over land issues in Transmara West, Narok County. And I've seen a sub-county police commander, Jamlek Ngaroya, is now calling for a peace meeting in the area to restore peace that has been elusive for decades.
Tension is still high in Transmara West in Narok County in the wake of a resurgent clan rivalry in the area of a land. In the latest incident, firearms have been used in the conflict, resulting in multiple casualties and alleged deaths.
If they don't report their incidences formally or officially, we got information he was hurriedly buried before 11:00 hours within a Noretet village. We also got information there were 2 fatalities. They have not been officially reported, but we are still gathering information to get the truth of the matter.
An assigned sub-county police commander, Jamlek Ngaruya, is now calling for calm among the rival communities and a lasting solution to the conflict that dates back to the 1960s.
We are planning to hold meetings, peace meetings, to discuss so that the 2 clans can raise their issues to the administration.
The clashes keep erupting despite a cutline put in place to address the boundary dispute. Serafina Robin for Sunday Express.
Away from matters security to matters politics, where Cabinet Secretaries Penina Malonza and Simon Chelogui have rallied the Kamba community to ditch the opposition and support the government of the day. Speaking during a Women's Empowerment Fund's drive held in Kitui Town, the 2 Cabinet Secretaries said the region is underdeveloped because its political leaders are never in government.
Nyinyi mmepotea miaka 20. Yule mtoto alizaliwa 20 years ago anaingia university. Hiyo miaka yote utarudisha namna gani? Tuanze kupika yuta. Tuaje kuchukua let's tuanze kuweka indicator, tubadilishe mwenendo wetu, tubadilishe direction, and you will see how Ukambani will change and change for life.
Well, just checking feedback. Be sure to send in your feedback. You can get us on our official Twitter handle or X if you like at KBC Channel 1. Now, President William Ruto this evening joins thousands of faithful at the Nyayo Stadium in a crusade presided over by renowned American televangelist Benny Hinn. As he welcomed the televangelist in his remarks, the president said the country was on the right trajectory to economic recovery. Pastor Hinn was in the country at the invitation of the First Lady.
At the Nyayo Stadium, Nairobi County. Songs of praise and worship filled the air. This as President William Ruto and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua joined thousands of faithful for the National Prayers Crusade, presided by American televangelist Benny Hinn.
Welcome to Kenya.
As he welcomed the US-based televangelist, President Ruto said despite myriad of challenges, Kenya was on the right path to economic recovery.
I know we have challenges with our economy, but I want to tell the people of Kenya, we believe in the living words of Deuteronomy 15:6. This country is going to be a country that will lend to others. The President of the US has invited the President of Kenya for a state visit, one of a kind. In 20 years, no African president has had a state visit in the US.
For the last 1 year, our country has undergone a difficult time due to economic challenges. This crusade could not have come at a better time.
Then on the podium came the man of the moment, Benny Hinn.
We are here to hear the sweetest voice, the voice of the Lord.
The preaching would begin at about 7 p.m. and continue for more than an hour.
But I will not make an end of thee, saith the Lord.
In his remarks, he acknowledged Kenya as a great nation, the reason he honored the invite by the First Lady Rachel Ruto.
And keep heaven open upon Kenya. In Jesus' name.
This Healing the Nation crusade is testament of what we can achieve when we work together.
Give us Minor, Sunday Express.
On that note, we take a quick breather. We'll be right back. Do not go away.
Sisi ya kungoja kwenye star 570 hash kuna ploti na ni up to 1.1 million Kenyan shillings with a genuine title deed na inakungoja star 570 hash ukana shake.
你到底想要我感觉什么？我就一棵树嘛，这里最不缺的就是树。里边下的警任务。先生，那个啥，帮我一台别带。写4个啥？
能闻到松木芥末的味道。
我最近老使那个邮具，手都有点不听使唤了。时间的尽头。
Well, Well, good evening. This is Sunday Express. Muslim faithful are being encouraged to embrace generosity as they head to the holy month of Ramadan by supporting vulnerable families to afford decent meals as they break their fast. These calls were made during the 7th annual Iftar Fun Walk held on Sunday in Nairobi that seeks to raise 30 million shillings to feed 5,000 needy families in the capital city during the holy month of Ramadan, which begins early March.
This year's We Are One Iftar Fun Walk kicked off at the Adams Arcade Mosque in Nairobi, with Muslim faithful turning up in their numbers for the noble cause. For the past 7 years, this has been the norm as Muslims prepare to welcome the holy month of Ramadan, which is characterized by fasting, prayer, reflection and community. From the young ones to the elderly, no one was left behind. The route took them to the Nairobi Central Business District, with the walk culminating at Sir Ali Muslim Grounds in Park Road. For first-time participants and those that have been a part of this walk from the start, the event serves as a gentle reminder of the essence of Ramadan.
Imekuwa ni pesa ambao imeingia katika mfuko ambao italisha jamii ya Waislamu ambao wanatoka katika maeneo ya mabanda ambao hawatajiweza, na tuna imani kwa kuwa hii inaonyesha umoja wetu.
And whatever you can do to help, like even a box of dates, alhamdulillah, you just give a box of dates to any mosque, it's sadaqatul jariyah as well, so you'll keep on earning from that.
Donate some cash, at least to ensure that my sister and my brother has food on their table during Ramadan and during the Iftar.
If you have even a meal for two, that means you can give, you can share. That's all. Let them share. We are all Muslims.
Organizers encourage the participants to continue extending a helping hand to the less fortunate at all times.
Arrange a time. We'll be told where to come. Hata ukitaka kusaidia kupack the food, unaweza saidia upate ajir paka mwisho.
Each and every person, our customers, to also put in their hand and make this great initiative a great success.
When we are coming to distribute, each and every locale has its own people who are going to help us as Zakah Kenya distribute the food to the right people.
With over a third of the 30 million shilling target already raised, the distribution of food donations is set to kick off on the 10th of March in several areas across Nairobi County. Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, in which Muslims observe Sawm, also known as fasting, the fourth pillar of Islam. Yusufar reporting for Sunday Express.
In a world facing unprecedented environmental challenges, one conservation strategy is bearing fruits: the translocation of rhinos to new habitats. Conservationists said this has better chances of securing the future of these magnificent creatures. Our wildlife reporter Alvin Kaunda witnessed this exercise at Loisaba Conservancy that received 21 black rhinos and prepared the following report.
Rhinos. Once abundant across Africa and Asia, now face the threats of extinction due to rampant poaching and habitat loss, dramatically dwindling their numbers to near extinction. Aggressive conservation efforts have, however, seen Kenya's black rhino numbers bounce back from less than 400 in the 1980s to over 1,000 individuals currently.
We are sending a few to Samburu area, to a conservancy over there. We'll be sending to different places. So as it is right now, the rhinos that we have, the just 2004, need to move to new locations so they can breed faster, be able to grow faster.
One of such efforts was the successful translocation of 21 eastern black rhinos to Loisaba Conservancy in Nanyuki, Laikipia County from Nairobi National Park, Lewa and Old Vegeta Conservancies that became congested.
When we are selecting these individuals, we select them to match and improve on their genetic makeups. So if we go to Nairobi, we select individuals that we have bred over time. When we come to Lewa, we end 12 of them in Lewa, and we were able to pick that are not going to compromise their genetic makeup.
It took highly trained capture and veterinary experts from the Kenya Wildlife Service and its partners 18 days to complete the exercise that had a fair share of challenges. The Nature Conservancy, San Diego Zoo, Space for Giants, Eliwana Collection, the Old Pejeta and Leo Conservancies partnered with local communities in this venture after a previous one held in 2018 that saw 11 black rhinos succumb.
And it meant that we had to undergo extremely rigorous assessments over a period of about 3 years, science-led about browse and conditions and ability for the landscape to house the eastern black rhinos, management to investigate whether we had the capability, security, land tenure, finance, everything was carefully assessed and verified.
This remarkable turnaround has been driven by government, determined, coupled with efforts and support of many local and international organizations, and this also includes communities that live with this wildlife.
The strategy adopted by the Kenyan Wildlife Service for the conservation of black rhinos has been to create a meta-population across the country.
Genetic diversity is key to the survival of any species. Translocation, therefore, helps create new breeding grounds, preventing inbreeding and enhancing the overall health of rhino populations.
What this effort does is it creates a new sanctuary where black rhinos can be established and the population can grow, because the biggest limiting factor for black rhino conservation in Kenya today is space.
This successful translocation has seen Loisaba Conservancy have its first rhinos in over 50 years after their decimation by poachers in the 1970s. The translocation is not only a win for the species' survival, but also has a positive impact on the local economies, creating jobs and supporting community developments through ecotourism initiatives.
For us, it's a huge step to bring back a megafauna after an absence of more than 50 years, and to really prove that conservation can succeed and conservation can contribute and create benefits for communities and the economy, the wildlife economy at large.
By keeping the locations of translocated rhinos confidential, conservationists are taking a proactive stance against poaching, thus safeguarding the rhinos. With this hard yet important task, let's remember that rhino translocation is a crucial conservation step in safeguarding these majestic creatures. By relocating them to safer habitats, we're actively contributing to the preservation of biodiversity and ensuring a brighter future for rhinos on our planet. Reporting for KBC Channel 1, I'm Alvin Kaunda.
Namibia's late president, Hage Geingob, who died in hospital on February 4th, weeks after being diagnosed with cancer, was buried at the Heroes Acre on Sunday in the presence of thousands of mourners, including 25 heads of state and former presidents in attendance. Azimio la Umoja party leader Raila Odinga was among those in attendance.
President of Angola,
João Lourenço Gonçalves.
Is the Vice President.
Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah.
Well, you can get further details on our website, that is www.kbc.co.ke, for further stories, including that particular one. Now, a family in Rongai, Kajiado County is appealing to well-wishers to help them raise 10 million shillings to cater for a bone marrow transplant for their 10-year-old daughter, who is set to undergo the procedure in India. In 2022, Priya Flora was diagnosed with Fanconi anemia, a rare condition in which the body stops producing enough red blood cells.
10-year-old Priya Flora was in good health until 2022.
She was in school in September
2022, and she started bleeding, nose bleeding, and it wasn't stopping. So the class teacher called me to tell me that they've tried all the first aid and the bleeding is not stopping. We went to Kenyatta, they did the test, and they said that she has aplastic anemia. But that before the test, it was just like her blood was showing that there was abnormality, like her platelets were low, blood was low, her blood was at 5, a normal blood should be between 10 to 15, hers was at 5, and the platelets were very low. I think by that time it was at 27, and a normal one should be 150 to 400.
Her mother, Noreen Ovyambo, says despite her condition, her will to keep going is still strong.
She's jovial, but she's trying because you remember her blood is low, so she can't be overactive. She gets exhausted faster. Even when she plays a bit, you just hear her saying, "I'm tired." She needs to rest.
Financial constraints, however, have caused Priya to stay at home and only rely on frequent blood transfusions, platelet transfusions, and antibiotics.
Now what they normally do at Kenyatta is just the normal transfusions, because there's really nothing they can do at Kenyatta. They can't do the transplant. Currently she can't go to school because we are trying to avoid interaction with other kids. Even people, like, she's always just in the house. She used to go to school, and then we realized she will get infections a lot, will be in the hospital all the time. So the doctors just recommended that we just keep her at home until she gets the transplant, just to avoid any infections, because the infections are what they fear more.
Her family is seeking to raise 10 million shillings to cover the costs of a bone marrow transplant in India.
Well, we got a quotation from Manipal. It's a hospital in Delhi in India, and they said it's $65,000, which is 10 million Kenya shillings, approximately 10 million Kenya shillings. And we request people to assist us so that she can be able to get the transplant as soon as possible, because as per the doctors, when you stay longer without the transplants, the chances of it being successful reduces also.
Help us and support us with money so I can feel better like the other kids and go to school.
Contributions can be sent via M-Pesa paybill number 247247 and account number 0111803033.
The clergy under the National Council of Churches of Kenya's Central Region Committee has called upon elected leaders to shun unhealthy political competition. They say divisive politics perpetrated by a section of elected leaders is a great disservice to the electorate in the Central Region.
The members of the clergy led by National Council of Churches of Kenya's Central Region Chairman Reverend Bishop Timothy Gishere say it was wrong for leaders to engage in divisive political wrangles while service delivery is wanting in most of the counties. He also observed that delay in disbursement of funds to devolved units is hurting operations in the county governments.
It will be a great disservice to the people in this region to be engaged in divisive political wrangles while service delivery is wanting in most of the counties.
Elsewhere, law enforcement officers in Isebania, situated in Kuria West Sub-County, Migori County, seized 160 kilograms of cannabis valued at 4.8 million shillings in Malingumu area. Led by Isebania OCS Meshak Mulwa, the crackdown targeted areas along the Kenyan-Tanzania border.
Those people who are being involved in that kind of business, we know there are many who are brewers of Kangara, who are brewers of Changa, who are transporting also those Mbangi and the rest. We shall not relent, and we are coming for you.
Still in Migori County, the Migori County government has initiated the third phase of farmers registration, aiming to enlist over 20,000 new farmers. According to the county executive committee member for agriculture, livestock and fisheries management, Lucas Musenda, obtaining farmers' data is crucial for effective resource allocation.
This is the third phase of farmer registration.
in Migori County. This comes in the backdrop of a number of complaints that we are receiving within the county of many farmers who are not registered and have not had an opportunity to get their e-vouchers so that they can benefit from the government subsidized fertilizer program.
And members of parliament from Meru County, whose constituencies border Isiolo County, have decried rise in insecurity, claiming that cattle rustling has become a menace. Speaking in Mikindori during a fundraiser for a women's group, they called on the Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki to address the issue.
Sisi Watigania tunalia ya kwamba wale polisi mlituma Meru, wale PPO mlituma Eastern, hawafanyi kazi yoyote.
Meanwhile, the government is planning to build a Mijikenda cultural center aimed at preserving and promoting the Mijikenda culture in Kilifi County, while at the same time reviving tourism. Speaking during the burial of legendary Bugiriama traditional dancer Masha Ihathoya in Malindi Town, Cabinet Secretary for Gender, Culture, the Arts and Heritage Aisha Jumwa said the National Museum of Kenya, in conjunction with the National Products Industry, had already documented the indigenous knowledge and instruments of the Mijikenda in Kilifi County.
Tunaenda kujenga Mijikenda Cultural Center ambayo watu tutakuwa tukiwaangalia na kuwakumbuka na kuwacelebrate kila siku. Mmoja atakuwa ni mzee Masha wa Ihatoya.
As one of the ways to deal with the stigma that surrounds menstruation among schoolgirls in Busia County, various organizations in collaboration with the Busia County government have joined forces to sensitize learners on the menstrual health hygiene.
This is a biological process, and becoming pregnant, it's an expense to them. So you are trying to address them to take menstrual period as something normal and to embrace education so that their future can be brighter.
Beatrice Gatonyangetich, Sunday Express.
Shamba ni mbili, yako ni gani? Kwenye star 570 hash. Every 100 shillings unayotumia kwa Lucky Game inakupa 1 entry point ya kuingia kwenye drum ya draw, ambayo inakupa fursa ya kujishindia moja kati ya shamba hizi mbili. Mwisho wa April namtangaza mshindi wa shamba hili la 1.1 million Kenyan shillings na unapata title deed yako safi. Na mwisho wa Mei namtangaza mshindi wa shamba hili la 1.1 million Kenyan shillings, lori za mawe na mchanga. Ploti ndizo hizi. Dial star 570 hash. Title deed ndio hii. Vuka na shake.
What message are you going to give my sister?
Mr. Marcelo wanted me to give her his message.
Yes, I heard that. What I want to know is what he said.
I already explained it to you. It was an accident. The lady started to yell and I wanted to quiet her down. I just don't know how it came to that.
Just tell me, are you absolutely sure that she's...
What happened to you? Trini, why don't you answer me? Trini, come on.
You don't need to come back.
A very good evening to you. My name is Daniel Wahome and welcome to Sunday Express Sports. Now, the Cabinet Secretary for Youth Affairs, the Creative Economy and Sports, the Honorable Babu Namwamba, has said that there will be an investment in junior golf development that will create a pathway for future Kenyan golf professionals. He was speaking at the end of the Magical Kenya Open. The magical Kenya Open came to a close at the Par 71 Muthaiga Golf Club, and the absence of Kenyan golfers, professionals or amateurs who made the cut was a lingering discussion. Cabinet Secretary for Youth Affairs, the Creative Economy and Sport, the Honorable Babu Namwamba, said that a development center will be established to close the gap.
We want to appreciate the high performance golf academy that was the subject of the special fundraising, one of the key events that was part of this year's event. And again, as government, we have already provided the land within the Moi International Sports Center Kasarani ecosystem for the establishment of this academy.
To ensure better performance in the next tournament, we shall have an active discussion with Kenyan players to see how best to support them.
National Dutchman Darius van Driel won the 2024 event with a score of 14 under par 270 to become the first Netherlands national to win a European Tour event in close to 6 years.
I had a bit of a 1v1 in my head against Manuel because he was the closest one to me. He was in trouble off the tee and he had to lay up. I hold a long eagle putt and he made a par, so it gave me a little bit of room to breathe. And on 18, I didn't know what the score was. I asked my caddy if he knew what the score was that was in, and he said it was 12.
The magical Kenya Open is part of the DP World Tour and has a prize fund of $2.5 million. And Butali Warriors men's hockey team and Blazers ladies are the champions of the 2023-2024 Kenya Hockey League. Butali were crowned champions after playing to a 2-2 draw with Western Jaguars in a highly contested match played at the City Park Hockey Stadium.
Butali Warriors needed either a draw or a win to bag the title and made their intentions clear when they scored 2 first-half early goals. In the second half, Western Jaguar rectified their mistakes, scoring 2 to level the tie. With the game ending in a 2-2 draw, Butali won the league title for a record 4th time in a row.
Ni kitu ya kujivunia, unajua si rahisi hapa Kenya kuchukua league 4 times in a row. Imekuwa ngumu, tunawashukuru wale sponsors wetu, Butali Sugar, na tunawazidi kuwaomba watu sponsor tena for the next season. It is not an easy thing kushinda 4 times in a row.
We were a little hasty at the start of the game. We gave out a lot of possession. Our competitors came back with a good plan. When we went into the second quarter, we were able to adjust. Unfortunately, we didn't get a goal back. So it's an issue of how well we start the game.
Meanwhile, Blazers women's hockey team were crowned champions after a successful season. In some of the individual awards, Melody Nyagaka from Kenyatta University bagged the Most Valuable Player award, while Maureen Okomo and Alice Wanjiru walked away with the ladies' top scorer and goalkeeper of the season award. After an entertaining match here at the Kenya Hockey Union, Butali Warriors are the 2023-2024 season champions, and now all the teams taking part in this sport will head back to the drawing board ahead of the 2024-2025 season. For Sunday Express, I'm Daniel Wendwa.
Moving on is that the national men's basketball team, the Morans, registered their first win after narrowly beating Guinea 80-74 in the 2025 FIBA Afrobasket Championship qualifiers in Monastir, Tunisia. The Kenya Morans had lost their opening matches to host Tunisia and 11-time African champions Angola.
Really had a good look, yeah. Mid-range shot.
Kenya Morans won the first and second quarter 24-19 and 25-17 respectively.
Too strong. Oh, what a follow from Odero to clean up the miss.
Guinea came back stronger in the third quarter, which they bagged 22-15 before drawing the fourth quarter 16-16.
Backs out for 3, strings it. Shannon Evans with the triple to Afrobasket 25. Big shot.
Guinea's Shannon Evans scored 29 points while John Awich scored 12 points for Kenya Morans. Kenya Morans had lost their opening match to host Tunisia and 11-time African champion Angola.
Might go in. It doesn't go in, but the Kenyans have won here. A sensational performance.
King Orimwangi for Sunday Express.
They had to weather a fourth quarter storm.
Ili kupata uzembe kama sikiza tune yako, bonyeza *812 *498#.
Hakuna baraka yoyote katika uzembe. Uzembe huleta umasikini, upweke na sikia. Umepewa mikono na akili. Ondoka, nenda katafute, kafanye kazi. Na usione kidogo ukakidharau.
Kupata uzembe kama skiza tune, bonyeza *812 *498#. *812 *498#.
On KBC Channel 1, we are a TV station like no other. Get a taste of the best in entertainment.
Yes, indeed.
Feel the passion.
Will you promise me?
I swear that you will never lose me. I can't get married to you.
I'm sure you knew about it. That's why you're making fun of me.
Experience the drama.
Get out.
Who is the man in this one?
And the laughter.
Hii wigi umevaa kichwani.
Sile wakati tulikuwa tunapishwa tukapewa mheshimiwa.
Move to the beat.
We are live from Broadcasting House.
And get informed on the latest happenings. KBC Channel 1.
Wow.
We are the full package.
Oh, yes.
And Kenya's watching.
Thank you very much for joining us.
And welcome back. Now, Siaya Senator Oburu Odinga and Kisumu County Deputy Governor Dr. Matthew Zawili are among high-profile golfers who graced this month's Nyanza Golf Club MAG tournament. This month's tournament that attracted over 60 players saw couples paired to battle it out in one of the most challenging and unique golf courses in the region. Achola Simon with the details.
High-profile golf players that included Siaya Senator Oburu Odinga, Kisumu Deputy Governor Dr. Matthew Zawili, and other professional players graced the Nyanza Golf Club monthly MAG golf tournament that celebrates birthdays of their members.
So today's tournament is a monthly MAG for February babies. It's happening at Nyanza Club. And we just come in as sponsors to assist and celebrate and join in the community.
We are very, very excited because it's a unique monthly MAG if you look at the level of sponsorship. And the entry has also been very, very impressive. We have quite a good number of prizes. Therefore, it's a full-fledged tournament, very, very competitive.
This month's tournament, dubbed the Love Babies Tournament, saw couples pair as teammates and battle it out in one of the most challenging and unique golf courses in the region.
The course is unique, a very pleasant course to play. Number two is just by the shores of Lake Victoria, very nice views. When you play here, you will interact with the wild, you will interact with the monkeys. Occasionally, we'll have hippos around. And as you walk, you'll also see fishermen catching fish, and if you want to buy fish, then there's that opportunity.
This being a month of love, they said that we should do it in couples. So people registered as couples, and we were paired, ladies and gentlemen.
Tournament sponsors Jajamelo and Morab Limited promised to sponsor similar tournaments as they seek to nurture more talent in the region.
The reason why I decided to be part of this tournament, you see, our director and CEO, they are golfers. So you see, for us also to show Kenyans and everyone that we love the game, that's why we came in.
It's an initiative that we keep more. For instance, last month we had it in Nairobi, now it's in Kisumu. So we keep doing this around various counties. So maybe next month we'll be in a different county, so watch out for us.
Achola Simon, Sunday Express.
And from out west, let's go east, where Wajir All-Stars are the new champions of the Safaricom Chapa Dimba Northeastern region after silencing host Leon 04 FC from Garissa by 2-0 in the final played at the Garissa University grounds. Wajir All-Stars and their counterparts, Wajir Queens, each took home 250,000 shillings and will represent the Northeastern region in the national final slated for April at the Mamboleo Stadium in Kisumu County.
With 250,000 Kenya shillings and books a ticket.
Mohamud Adam broke the dreadlock in the 35th minute to put Wajir All-Stars in the lead. Leon 04 FC attempt to level the score in the 56th minute failed after Yai Abdikadir missed a penalty. Musa Abdi Nasir later doubled the lead for Wajir All-Stars in the 70th minute. Wajir All-Stars advanced to the final after edging out Marina FC from Mandera 3-1 on post-match penalties after barren draw in the semi-final match.
Semi ilikuwa rahisi lakini finally ilikuwa ngumu sana wanaleo. Na tumegangana tukakuwa champions.
Naweza sema kweli game ya jana na leo, ya jana ilikuwa very tough kuliko ya leo. Leo ilikuwa simple despite the fatigue. Jana usiku after the game tulijaribu kupeleka vijana hospitali at least kidogo wafanywe massage na hizo vitu. Nikasema this is my fourth time na nimekuwa runners up throughout. So nikasema lazima nishinde hii.
Wajir All-Stars and their counterpart Wajir Queens pocketed 250,000 shillings each and will represent the Northeastern region in the national finals slated for April at Kisumu Mamboleo Stadium. King Orimwangi for Sunday Express.
NAFC Leopards advanced to the round of 16 of the FKF Cup after defeating PSC University by 3-0 in a one-sided match played at the Police Sacco Stadium. Rwanda's international Arthur Gitego scored a hat-trick for Leopards. Mara Sugar elsewhere beat Z-Tech Titans by 4-3 on post-match penalties to also book a slot in the last 16. In other matches, Kakamega Homeboys defeated Solian City by 2-0. Ulinzi Stars humbled Harvest Hope by 2-0, while Kariobangi Sharks defeated Nyamira Super Eagles by 1-0. And so that's the sport for tonight. And remember, tomorrow, bright and early at 10 a.m., we'll be getting into a conversation. We'll be talking judo. We'll be talking motorsport and also athletics, because Kenya has had a brilliant day out there in Monastir, Tunisia at the Africa Cross Country Championships.
When you talk about sports, I'm just looking forward to the WRC that is going to be starting off the end of next month, and we are going to be broadcasting that live.
Yes, and to be very specific, I'll tell you, we've got 5 TV stages live. We'll also be doing lots of interviews with the drivers on Friday and Saturday when we've got the breaks. We'll also give you the opening ceremony at the Kenyatta International Convention Center and all the daily highlights plus the side shows around it. That's on KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner. It's going to be the 3rd event of the WRC 2024 season.
I'd also want you to explore the aspect, or rather the ripple effect of the WRC, Kenya hosting the WRC, especially within the county, that is Nakuru, right? And its environs. and how this is going to translate to, better livelihoods for those who are going to be, getting into matters of business given this particular sporting activity.
That's when you get a leading sports reporter now trying to challenge a business reporter to challenge a sports reporter. So we will work in collaboration. Like we always say, at KBC, we are a tag team. So she'll help me crunch the numbers. I will help her crunch the speeds. My name is Daniel Wahome. Have a good evening.
Have a pleasant evening ahead and a great start to a new week. I'm Regina Manyara, and my colleague on sign language interpretation has been none other than Byron Abule.
Kungoja kwenye star 570 hash kuna ploti na ni up to 1.1 million Kenyan shillings with a genuine title deed na inakungoja star 570 hash ukana shake.
Habari njema kutoka redio yako pendwa ya Ingo FM kwa wakazi na mashabiki wa Bungoma. Sasa Ingo FM inasikika Ingo Bungoma kupitia masafa ya 103.5 FM. Sikiliza na uchangie, burudika ukifurahia uhondo wa kipekee kwa lugha ya nyumbani.
Awamu ya